It's the Harley and Josh Show on IO Radio.
3, 2, 1.
Hello.
3, 2, 1. Shit. No. Okay. 3, 2, 1. This is the start. It is. We're recording.
We're going to keep all this in, I think.
Yay!
Yeah. Cool.
That's it.
How are you, Josh?
I'm good. I'm at home, and
Yes.
you are visiting me at my home.
Yes, obviously, for those...
I live in an assisted living quarters, and Harley has come to visit me to give me smiles and flowers and
I'm...
my deepest sympathy cards. I'm sorry, you're so lonely.
Anyway, yes, obviously, for those who listen to the radio show live, it's held on a Monday, and currently, at point of recording, it is bank holiday.
Woo!
Therefore, radio show's not the radio
Yeah, it's not open.
station isn't open,
Exactly.
so we were...
Because it's a bank.
It's a bank.
Yeah,
The banks-
it doubles up as a bank, so it has a holiday.
Yeah,
It's a radio bank.
and all the banks, of course, have gone to Cornwall for the weekend
Yes, of course.
for a holiday.
Yes, I mean they all have.
So
I'd love to go to Cornwall this weekend. That'd be nice. How warm is it right now?
there's way too many banks there, though. It's too crowded.
Yeah, crikey. Yeah,
Just
it's all that
accountants everywhere.
pirates of Penzance, just crazy pirate
Oh,
bankers.
They must have a good weekend.
Yeah,
All the money.
crazy booty, just a weekend of booty.
Yeah.
That's all we wanted. So, what have you been doing, Harley? What'd you do?
Well,
Was that a well or
that was just a description of my weekend.
coffee juice?
Coffee juice. You enjoying your coffee juice? That picked up nicely on the mic.
Anyway, yeah, what have you been doing? What have you been doing?
Well, I had a very busy 2 days. I did 6 gigs in 2 days.
Oh, bloody hell.
yeah. So
I think I can say bloody because we're not on live.
we're not live. We can say whatever the f we want. But
I'm
we
not gonna,
won't.
yeah, I mean, let's,
We won't, but-
let's not go crazy here, Colin.
Shit, no.
Yes. So what? 6 gigs over 2 days.
Yes.
Which 2 days were they?
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Cool.
Friday, I was like, oh, we've even got a night off. I can relax. No, I had to rehearse.
Wait a second. We need to put a jingle in here.
Was that the jingle just there?
Yeah. Oh, I love live radio because we're not doing it right now. So first gig was where?
First gig was on the Saturday at Isaac's.
Oh, wow.
I want to think about that. It's been so long. That was 6
Yeah,
gigs
that
ago.
feels like a week ago. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Some might hear my voice is very...
I think we're both in that same boat.
yeah.
Go on. Where was it? So it was
so
Isaac's.
Isaac's with Chart Attack.
Good.
We turned up. We set up. We started at 3. You have to set up by 2 o'clock there, which is great because I like leaving a bit of a space between setup and playing. I don't like sound check 15 minutes later go on because it kind of takes some of the atmosphere out.
Mm-hmm.
So we set up by 2, and then everybody left
No, classic.
because it was football.
No,
A lot of people went for their sort of drink before they went to Pom Road for the football.
What time did the football start? Do you
I
know?
think it was about 2:30.
Oh, crikey.
was kick off.
So that's the problem is you have to plan. So when somebody's booking a band, they
Yeah.
have to plan that
Yeah.
in advance, and they should know this kind of thing's happening.
And to be fair, Isaac's is a big venue, and it's a big.
Not everybody there was going to see football. It's
No,
not, they
and
don't have
a
one clientele.
and also, I mean, there are a lot. What happened was the sort of courtyard, the outsidey bit where everyone left, and there were people inside who went, "Well, it's a lovely day. Let's go outside."
Yeah,
so in
nice.
about 15-20 minutes, it filled up, not to quite the level as it was,
Yeah.
but it was a decent audience,
Yeah, cool.
and it was a good gig,
That's
really fun.
nice. How long did you do? 2 hours?
We did 2:45s.
2:45. Nice.
Yeah, we ended up starting a little bit later than planned.
So you did that, and then immediately afterwards went somewhere else.
Yes, we packed down, loaded the van. I think I might have gone to McDonald's on the way through. Because I was
When
really
you played at
hungry.
McDonald's.
Yeah,
Is that the second gig?
That was gig 2. Yeah,
Singing for your McSupper.
yep. I got a McFlurry. No, I didn't. So then I went to the Swan.
Oh, cool.
Lovely old Swan,
Yeah,
where I
so you
was
were there with
depping.
Motherfvnker.
Yes, Motherfvnker.
Incredible.
What an awesome band they are.
I heard just really great things about it.
It was such a fun gig.
Yeah, there were Ben Goebel as well.
Yes, your boy,
yeah,
your
my
boy.
man, yeah.
Now I think I've met him briefly before. We were trying to work it out that we'd met like ever so briefly in passing. I think
Find
we
out you were
went
in
to
an
the Blues
orgy
Jam.
together. You know.
Yeah, a couple times. But you know, we were the other
what
end of
happens.
a woman, so we didn't.
God. Okay, well, I mean, at least you looked at each other during,
Oh, yeah.
like, do I know you?
Yeah.
Anyway, so what? So that was the second gig.
That was the second gig. Yeah, it was really good fun. I'd say we didn't actually practice with Ben because he was, when we had rehearsal Friday night, he was busy gigging with you.
I'm sorry.
So, but we'll get
we'll get to that.
we'll get to that, I'm sure. But it was a great fun gig. We did loads of like real funky tunes. Loads of people dancing the whole night. We didn't finish till sort of midnight.
Nice.
And it was just incredible. Parish Robbo did a set between our sets. I didn't get a chance to see him because it was so hot in there, and I just was outside, just sort of catching my breath and sort of.
That's a lot of the time. The problem with this one gig sometimes is the fact of it is a nice pub garden, and in the summer when you want to be putting on gigs most of the time, that's when you'll find that people want to be outside most of the time.
It's so easy just to be outside.
Exactly.
Especially in the weather we've had this weekend as well. It's been great.
It's great to have that. I mean, it's so lucky. But I think it's that's where it balances out with this one, though, is the fact of you'll have that draw of going outside and being cool, or going inside and seeing something damn hot. You know, something really good music.
Yeah.
I'm not being biased because
because you pretty much live there.
There, but we're not the only band to play there. There's just so many.
Motherfvnker do too.
Yeah, there's so many damn good bands.
They're quite selective on the sort of the bands that they have play there, in their sort of non-original acts as well as their original acts as well, and they keep the quality
really has to
high.
have an edge.
Yeah,
like you
has
can't
to have something
middle of the
about
road
it.
rock band in there. Or,
No.
Like the cover bands they've got are a nice sort of village funk band with you guys. Us with the rockabilly stuff, and my other band, the Black Swan, who do metal covers, which is kind of I actually haven't seen a hard rock and metal cover band.
No, I saw a video you posted on your page a little while ago with one of the songs you were playing.
Sepultura.
That's the one. I was like, man, that never heard.
Not since we were kids. Not since we were kids when you see bands like Gross Affray or Anechoic Reflection and everything.
Or Kismet.
Yeah, no, we weren't that heavy. Sacred Addiction, which was my other band before, right? That we used to play Lamb of God and Bullet for My Valentine because we were super emo then.
Was that with Toby on drums?
No, that was Pete Stevens.
Pete Stevens. There's a name I haven't heard for a while.
Well, I've been speaking to him recently.
Have you?
He's back around. So,
does he still play drums?
He's a producer.
Is it? Oh yeah, he does a lot. Yeah.
He does hip hop and stuff as well.
Awesome.
So yeah,
try and
watch
get
this space. He should be around.
Yeah, try and get some of his music on the live show at some point.
That'd be good. Yeah, I like that. But so anyway, that was 2 gigs.
Yeah, that was my.
What were the others?
So I did 4 in one day.
Oh my god!
And this was
that's my record.
Yeah, it was nearly 5.
Yeah,
it was nearly 5.
How was this? Carry on. What?
So
okay, so 6 shows part 2. So
yeah,
3rd show, which is second day part 1.
Right. So at 3 o'clock, luckily,
Saga.
3 of these gigs were all in the same place.
Right. Nice.
Music on the Green.
Great.
Trinity Sports and Social Club do a big music sort of music day.
Yeah.
And they usually do it around this time every year.
That's
and
great.
So
who did you join?
So I was playing with Bards Against Huge Manatees.
Oh yes, of course, exactly.
And
did you get the cards out? What was the Cards Against Humanity expansion pack called? It's like Cats Against Herd. Matrons. I don't know. It's pretty strange.
I want to hear that. I want to.
I want to see Bards Against Humanity playing Cards Against Huge Manatees playing Cards Against Humanity.
We'll do a video of it.
Yeah. Can you do a live stream of you guys just doing awful things?
Oh, that sounds good to me. So so we did a set. Originally, it was supposed to be either Oddball or Chart Attack.
Right.
Because both bands have got gigs booked at the Trinity Sports and Social Club, one of which is Oddball and Shifty Twins this coming Friday.
This Friday?
Yep.
Amazing.
But
so that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's Monday for us right now, but people are listening to this on a Thursday. Oh my god! I can't
get my head around that.
Oh.
But yes.
Zooks.
Unfortunately, Dan Dolman couldn't make that gig because he's elsewhere. I don't know what he's doing, but he's a busy guy. So yeah. And we couldn't do it with Chart Attack.
He's just too good.
He is. He's just in demand. But also, speaking of incredible musicians in demand, we couldn't do a Chart Attack gig because Oscar was playing, I think, with Soap Your Auntie.
Yeah, great.
So he was busy, unfortunately. Yeah. always is. So me and Oliver did an acoustic set.
Is that this Friday? Oh, sorry, no, that's last Friday.
Yeah,
sorry, last
so
Saturday.
this was Saturday,
Sunday.
gig
Or Saturday.
3.
Right, okay.
Sunday
gig 3. Great, I got you now. No, because I know that Soap Your Auntie are playing this weekend.
Awesome.
So if anybody just heard that and would like to know, carry on
Cool.
while I'm phoning this out.
Yeah.
September 2nd. That is the Black Horse.
Awesome. I clicked my fingers.
You did. Clickety click click. Carrying on.
So where was I? Yeah, so Dan can do it, Oscar can do it, so that was Oddball and that was Chart Attack out of the question. Me and Oliver do an acoustic duo.
Nice.
And then we managed to make it a trio. We had Joe Bowman previously of Blueprint join us on drums, and it was really cool. Acoustic, sort of bluesy,
He's a lovely drummer.
rocky stuff, but a real relaxed atmosphere, loads of fun, and we're looking forward to doing more gigs with him because he's sort of
he's really fun to play with, Joe.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
You're like one of those players that because sometimes you can have it so that there is a drummer that is bang on the money, in the pocket constantly, but they're straining so hard and they're concentrating all the time. Or you'll have somebody that's loose and fun, less kind of on the grid to play with, but for the audience to watch and for you to react off. For me, I prefer that.
He's very easy. So
I like that. You turn around and he's smiling at you. It's just like, great, you're enjoying yourself. I appreciate that.
Nah, that's it. And it was a great fun gig. Then I had to pick all my stuff up and run to the other stage.
Pickled your stuff?
I had to pick all my stuff. Pick all my gear up and run to the other stage because the whole thing was done on 2 stages to make sort of band changeovers easier, which would have been easy if it wasn't the same bass player. 3 sets in a row.
Right, okay. On different stages.
On different stages.
Brilliant.
So I ran all the way to the other side. I thought this through. I had 2
What
amps.
amp did you have?
Well, for the Bard's gig, I had a little practice amp because it was acoustic. It didn't need to be loud.
What was the practice amp?
I don't know.
Just a thing.
Just a thing.
Yeah.
It's just a cheap one,
A reverse
Gears,
microphone.
Yeah, essentially. Gear's not overly important because the DI was going before the bass amp.
All right, yeah.
So they were just taking a dry bass feed.
Any idea what the DI was?
I think it was a JTS one, so it's a fairly budget one, but it did the trick, and it sounded fine out front. People said it sounded good.
Good.
I was also using a fretless as well, which is also very easy to make sound good because you haven't got any fret bars or clunking or anything.
Exactly.
It's just
Yeah. I think that was there again. Yeah, that was pretty much spot on.
Yeah. No. So very nasally as well, being a jazz bass, so it was cool.
Yeah, of course, because they have noses. Yeah.
All jazz basses have noses. That's just standard muso knowledge. You should know that. So I ran over to the other side of the stage, and I was standing in with Space Rocks, who I used to be a member of, and since left, their bass player couldn't. They had a gig in the evening, but their bass player couldn't do the daytime.
Yeah,
So I said, well, I'm there. I might as well do it. So fair enough. So
was it the same songs that you used to play, or
a lot of the same stuff? Yeah. We had Toby from Chart Attack. He was depping on drums as well. So
mental. So it's the old guard back together again.
it was almost So like it was a little bit sort of vintage and sort of songs that we hadn't necessarily played for a while, but it was great fun.
Yeah, seat ear pants playing. Love it.
Exactly that. Like none of these bands that I played with would really rehearse with. Bards we had to go through the morning
if you
of the
had,
gig.
I mean, how much time would you have? I mean, that's the thing. Like,
That's it.
The Lockerbillies and I haven't rehearsed since Glastonbury this year and last.
Glastonbury.
Oh God, sorry.
Glastonbury.
There's the alarm has gone off. We're gonna put an alarm in here.
Yeah.
Glastonbury alert. Yeah. So it's literally just the huge shows that I'm like, all right, we need to tighten this particular bit.
Yeah.
But we use the shows to practice.
That's it. If you're gigging regularly, you don't need to practice. And this is a problem we actually had with Blueprint, was we were wanting to try and get 1 or 2 gigs a month. Not a lot, but enough that we could sort of keep playing what we want to play and sort of add songs as we go.
Yeah.
But we found ourselves, because of other commitments, and it's kind of why the band fell apart, was we would end up having a gig once every 2 months. Therefore, for every gig, we needed 2 rehearsals just to get ourselves back in the swing of it.
Yeah.
And then it meant that we were putting a lot more work and a lot more time into a single gig than we should have needed to.
Yeah, sometimes it is kind of like that thing of putting the worth of the gig over the top of it. That sounds a little bit shallow, but sometimes, if you're putting in 3 practices a week in for a conservative club where there's like 3 guys there who really don't care, it's kind of, what's the point? You may be getting paid the same as you would have for a gig that you put lots of effort in.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just not about the monetary value of it. It's just about, all right, what kind of coverage am I going to get from this?
Yeah.
Are one of those 3 guys going to be talking to somebody that's important about us, or are they really going to be spreading the word about us? No. It's sort of the gigs where you are playing in front of a bunch of people of different types, different ilks that you don't know. And so those are the ones you need to practice for. I
guess it boils down to what is your time worth, essentially.
Because practice rooms cost. And
yeah.
And also, I like to make sure that if I am getting a band to practice, or musicians to come and practice with me, they're not out of pocket at all.
No.
To come along, so I'd pay for the practice room and try and sort things out before there. So it's like I say, it's you want to put in the same amount of effort into the show, to every show.
Totally.
I'm a strong believer in that. But that's on the day, the pre-workout.
That's it.
That's the crazy. That's the bit that really saps it out of you, I think.
Yeah, with Motherfvnker we had 2 rehearsals, and we needed those, and it made it worth it because we were completely comfortable on the night when we could really enjoy the gig.
Definitely, that's the hard part.
After our first rehearsal, we went, now we probably could do with a second one because we don't want to be looking around for the structures on every song, because then we're not going to be able to groove. You need to be really sort of relaxed at a gig like that. You need to be really sort of around the beat in the most sort of, like I say, relaxed and comfortable way. So you can make.
And if you're feeling oppressed by the song structure because you just don't quite know where you are, in a venue like that, in a gig like that, where there are lots of people and there is no stage and they are looking right at you about 3 centimeters away from your face, that's very oppressive as well. So you can really lose your shit there. So if you are rehearsed and you've got your wits about you, those kind of gigs are really fun.
Yeah, that's it. But like I say, with the afternoon rehearsals with Space Rocks, we hadn't rehearsed, but I mean, I played for them for 6 years, so
you know what you're doing. You know how each other.
Yeah, we can read each other.
So what bands did you play with on the Sunday then? So it was.
So it started off with Bars Against Humanities, then Space Rocks, and then I ran straight over to the other side of the stage. For Remedy.
Oh, great.
So we did a set with Remedy.
Nice. Who was with you with Remedy?
So it was myself, Steve Mortimer.
You played drums?
Ben Diffley on drums.
Oh, good old
Ben. I haven't played with Ben for a long time.
Yeah,
it was kind of cool. Nice. Like, he'd not played with Remedy for a while, I don't think. But
he'd just been with on Friday with Impilo in Chelmsford at the Basement.
Nice.
Which is nice.
Basement's such a good venue, actually.
I've not been there. I was Murray, who's rummaging around downstairs, was telling me about how it's just not good for tall people. That's the only criticism he had.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Hey, a funny short guy, aren't you? Funny little leprechaun man.
Yeah, well, actually, we'll get onto the Basement, but later on. I'll say with Remedy, it was quite funny because I literally jumped on stage, plugged in, went boom, 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 boom. Monitor guy said, "What do you want?" I said, I want a bit of guitar, I want a lot of bass and a bit of kick drum if I can. Yeah, no worries, great. Right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, straight into the first song, and it was awesome. But after the gig,
right,
I went up to the guys, went, "Hi mate, how you doing?" Because we didn't actually talk before the gig. I literally stepped on the stage and went, "Right, let's go." So I hadn't actually said hello to any of them.
Yeah.
When they were there setting up, I was on the stage, so it was all a bit hectic. And
it's great that you had your conversation through your playing.
Yeah,
we were talking about this one of the other weeks. It's just the fact that sometimes it was when you were talking about doing depth shows that you almost get to know somebody more by being on stage with them than you do with a conversation over a pint.
Oh, totally. It's that kind of, I say, music is a language. It's completely its own
universal one as well.
Yeah. Speaking,
maybe not universal, maybe planet wide. I'm not sure if aliens use crotchets and quavers.
That'd be interesting to see what alien music looks
bleep,
like.
Bleep bleep. Yeah. Because they'd be space parrots. Yeah.
Space parrots. Have you never seen a space parrot?
Musical space parrot? No.
No, because they live in space. We don't live in space.
Yeah, sound doesn't travel in space, so I don't get how this works.
What does a space parrot sound like then?
Just no, it doesn't sound like anything. Just looks weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? So that was all. So Remedy was the last show you did.
No.
No.
One more.
One more.
I went straight down. Well, no, I had pizza, and then I went straight down to the Swan once
Fat
more.
Man.
Yeah. I went straight to the Swan once more for the Blues Jam.
Yes, of
Blues
course.
Jam.
You were house band for
Yes,
the Blues Jam. Incredible.
So we had, what's his name? I've forgotten everyone's name.
It was Nick, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. Lefty Nick, Adrian Day, Tim Ainsley, and we also had James Diggins on drums.
On drums, yeah, because
do you know James?
wasn't around. No, I've not seen him.
Lovely guy, really nice, really sort of just laid back drummer. But he also is the house drummer for the Blues Jam at the Basement in Chelmsford. So there's a thing.
Segue.
And we were talking about the jam they'd do there on a Thursday night, and that's a really good jam. I unfortunately, with me teaching Thursday nights, it's not going to be likely that I'm going to be able to get there anytime soon, but I really want to go. And next time I do, I'll hear you up and we'll go along together, because there's some really cool players there. There's some...
including you.
Well, not often.
I am a player.
They're like, they're really nice people. They have a lot of singers, a lot of different sort of... Even though it's a blues jam, a lot of different genres of people, which is great.
Genres of people, I like it.
Genres of people. No,
that guy's pretty hard rock.
Yeah.
That guy's shoegaze, definitely shoegaze.
I met a jazz once.
You met a jazz? Did you shoot it? Do you poach the jazz? It sounds like something you'd find in Africa. I don't know. Just going big jazz hunting.
I'm going jazz hunting.
Nice. That's just you do that in vinyl collections.
Get your Dorians, freshly killed Dorian.
God, incredible. Well, a bit more folky, I think, with Dorian.
Yeah, I guess. Speaking of, as we were talking earlier about languages,
all right.
I was talking with Andy Hopgood.
Yes.
And we went into a song, and we went straight into it, and
on while you were jamming
at the jam session.
Okay, you weren't just talking and suddenly broke into song together.
Well, Andy is she is the main character in a musical, so that could have happened, but it didn't. So I guess the conversation we're having just wasn't interesting enough to make the stage production.
Yeah, all right. So what song did you do?
I don't know.
It was...
But we just we missed the song. I missed the conversation at the beginning when they said, "Oh, it's in the key of B," and I sort of latched onto the wrong note. Right. Being on the stage, loads of more noises flying everywhere.
Of course, yeah.
And started playing in A, and I was like, "That's not right."
Were you inside or outside?
We were inside.
Okay, yeah.
I looked over to Andy, and she put her hand up to show the 5 fingers to say 5, and went B. She mouthed B. I couldn't hear her say B.
Right.
And I went...
I use golf. I use phonetic alphabet. I'll be Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf. Because it's just so much easier for somebody to look at your mouth, and when you go golf, they know it's G.
I am so going to use that from now on.
Do
because E and D...
E, D, yeah.
C...
A in E. You know, if you say Alpha or Echo...
Yeah,
it just makes much more sense when you can see people's lips.
I'm so going to use that.
Use
it. But her thing was she put her hand up.
It's going to be like Alpha Sharp, like.
Yeah. Well, she put her hand up, say 5.
Right.
Which meant B, because how many sharps or flats does the B
have? Great! So you were talking about circle of fifths here, like.
Yeah, I didn't sit and work it out, but she went B, and I went okay. I heard her say B, and went, I'll put a pin in this. Played the song at the end. At the end of the set, I went up to her and went, why is it 5? She's like, oh, 5 sharps.
Yeah.
It's 5 sharps. Isn't
it?
Yeah. Cool. I know my music, honest.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I've never really thought of it like that. And she gave me a whole list of things of if they're pointing up, it's major. If they're pointing down, it's minor. So if you got 0, that's a C, but if it's a fist pointing down, it's C minor. And I was like, that's really cool. It's a really good, easy way. And she said her dad taught her, who's a very good jazz player and was very popular in the community.
Nice.
I didn't know him personally, but a lot of people, when he passed, shared stories of him. But yeah, said that's all stuff she learned from her dad of
that's really useful.
on the fly.
It's such a
keys.
difficult thing though to be able to just sort of look around at someone and just like. And I was standing right next to Rich when I was playing at the Swan on Friday night, which was. So that was all your gigs, by the way, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was all my gigs. 81 songs.
Insert jingle here. That concludes our news section. What Harley did Harley do stuff? Yes, Harley did. Let's find out. What did I do? So right, okay, that segues a little bit into the gig that I had on Friday night. Murray was in, my bass player was in Pilo in the basement in Chelmsford. So I was playing double bass and electric bass. So I had Rich Webb, who usually plays, well, he plays any instrument with me. He doesn't have a usual thing. At the moment, it's maybe drums. But so it was Rich Webb. James Hicks had come down from, come up from Canterbury.
Yeah.
And Ben Goebel, so yeah, from Motherfvnker, of every band at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
He.
It's making me
Rich.
look bad.
We started off all shook up, and we play in A, and he was in G sharp.
Yeah.
So I literally I was standing right next to him, so just put my right hand over this fretboard and just notched his hand up one fret. And he just sort of looked at me like, oh. I just went, alpha. So yeah, but it's a strange thing that.
Have you ever tried to fit any of those Alpha Echo Charlie into a song, into like lyrics?
No.
Oh man, you got to try and do that next
Nice.
time.
I would get Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf. No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work.
No, how are they going to know what key they're in? Then?
Clear. So that was it's a really interesting thing though, because so the last time I'm imagining that you did a set where you were singer and bass player the entire time would have been Bloody Royal, right?
That would have been probably the only time other than Tripwire back in my teens.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Tripwire, yeah. But that's the thing with I was trying to debate I was talking with Murray about whether it was easier for me to play guitar and sing, or if it was easier to play bass and sing.
That's a very good question.
It's a thing because like with bass you can sit back and do the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because that's, a lot of people want that so they can lock into it. And on guitar, I'm constantly, trying to make the melody and the chords and the harmonic structure interesting for people to listen to. So if I see people walking away, then I'll usually do something a bit more rhythmic. Or if I see people aren't really dancing or anything like that, I'll do something a little bit more offbeat or something to try and sort of throw people a little bit into more of a dancey mood. Whereas with bass, I can just sit there and just go 1 3 5 6 1 2 5 6. Yeah. But yeah, that was the kind of the strange thing because I'd not done it on electric bass for a long time. Double bass, I've been in for ages, and I've got a very rehearsed way of playing double bass and singing when I do the duo shows. But it's not often I actually play double bass with a drummer. Yeah, because you got to lock in with the kick drum. It. And also, when you've got such a slap kind of style with the rockabilly things, you're like, you got to get that in with the percussion. So sometimes you'll be swinging it, and the drummer will be going straight. So you get this really strange kind of triplet latency going on. Yeah, exactly. You don't really. It's not something you expected to do. Sometimes it'll work. But yeah, so it was really, really fun. And what I was really quite proud of was the fact of like my fingers weren't blistering up to hell. Because, if you're like, it's one thing doing a guitar show for 6 gigs in one weekend. But if you're fingering for 6 gigs one weekend, the blisters on the end of your P and I fingers, pulgar and indice, just get really, really painful. But they're not so bad for me now. I think.
My fingers are pretty raw right now.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. Exactly. But are they blisters or are they just?
They're just raw calluses. They're just very. Yeah, I don't tend to blister too much.
There's no space.
It's just
for you to be able to get blisters under that skin anymore.
No.
But yeah, so I had that. We finished up about 12 Friday night, and then Saturday midday. We headed off to Skegness. Well, I say Skegness. It was Horncastle, which was just slightly west of Skegness.
A bit more inland,
but it was this place called Scribblesby Estate, and it was beautiful. I mean, the estate was huge, and I think like the same family's been living there since like the 1600s or something like this.
Wow.
Yeah,
They must be old.
incest. But there was, but we should have a buzz for that. I don't know. Oops, it says. But the show was so fun because it was in the middle of a deer park where the deer apparently were very rare. This sort of black deer.
Dear.
Right, exactly. I'd never seen a black deer before. So there's only like one sort of like family of them in England or something. I don't know, and that was where they were.
Incest.
Incest. Oh god. Game of Thrones. So we've got that, and also the show was a Citroen 2CV national meetup. So it was all these old sort of Beetle looking things. They'll probably hate me for saying that. But but they're all in bits, and people are taking them apart and putting them back together again. And there's all specific parts that weren't. You're a car nut yourself. That some different lines of machine parts don't get made anymore, so they have to get them sent off. And specific ones from the 60s that went off the production line in the 80s or something like this. Ridiculous.
My sister's got I think it's a 1960 Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh bugger.
Which I think was
That's
built in
awesome.
59, which is a 1 year only model.
Oh wow.
So there are some parts that she can't get
That's
because
so awkward.
the 58 and the 61 are different.
So this is why you're part of clubs.
Yeah.
And that's why it's great to be part of clubs and go to these meets.
Also for the lovely music.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we got to play in a marquee where just we were supported by a projector screen of Looney Tunes, and everybody was loving it. They turned the Looney Tunes off and they're like, "Oh, it's like, no, we're gonna. It's a band playing now. Are you gonna hit the other one on the head with a hammer?" And if you say no, then I don't care. But yeah, that was a really lovely show. Another one of those slow burner ones where the first set is a bit like maybe they'll get it, and the second set everybody's going mad.
Nice.
I think there being a bar helps with that.
Certainly does.
It usually does, right?
Especially at those kind of shows. Towards the end of the night, people don't drink so much during the day because they got to get their cars off the show and shine and stuff like that. But when it gets to the evening, then they can sort of
Exactly.
relax.
And that was the difficulty with vintage car shows, because we had 2 this weekend. So that one was fantastic, and I put it down to a lot of the time with these with the show and shine style things, and when you are sitting around with a stall all day or something, that you are in the sun like we had this weekend. And most of the time you are just absolutely knackered by the time the evening comes, and that's when people want the band to be starting.
Yep.
So a lot of the time I have had problems with car shows where people are just not into it at all.
No.
I mean, usually by the end, people are up and dancing because it depends on the type of music you're playing. But it's the difficulty of just sort of convincing people that spend the last bit of energy you have, on us. It'll be worth it. It'll be fun. So luckily that did happen. So the next day we got to camp over there, which was lots of fun. It was
Nice.
Band camping.
Did you
I slept in the van.
slept in the
Slept in my
Lockerbillies?
Chevy.
Does it have a name?
The Black Whale.
Oh, okay.
Because it's black and it has the turning circle of a blue whale.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. So it's people are like, "Can you parallel park?" I'm like, "No, I will drive up the road and find a car park. I don't care." But yeah, anyway. So the next day we were in Rutland, so it was just it's south of Lincolnshire, north of Cambridgeshire, but it's a very small county. But it was for the Nats or the NASC.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Usually that was in Phoenix, so we were talking about this last time, weren't we?
Yeah.
Which was great. We got there and I've had a broken wing mirror on my van for so long, and I picked up a wing mirror finally, which was specific for my van at this thing, because there's incredible cars there, right?
Lovely cars.
Right, it's just American stuff, European stuff. It's kind of there'll be stuff from you'd think you'd see in Rebel Without a Cause or something from Fast and the Furious. It's these two meetings of modern and vintage. But yeah, we got to play for that, and again it was another thing, so hot. It was really warm on stage. It was the first time I've ever been a prima donna and gone up to someone and said, "Can I have a fan on stage, please?" Because I'd had 2 gigs in a row of so I'd been on stage for 4 hours in a sort of a 24-hour period, and I no matter how much water you drink, you're singing and you're dancing around, you're gonna almost pass out, and that happened like twice in the first set. Like, I need a fan. But so what they did was that this little girl with this family which really I loved it because they were singing my lyrics back to me, which some of the times, when you write a song in your bedroom and then you see somebody at a show singing that back to you, you've never met before.
That's brilliant.
And it gets played down to how much of a hit that is. But they got their daughter come up with one of those little Japanese fans.
Oh, wow.
And was just next to me on stage, just waving it at my face, bless her. It was called Darcy, and we were doing the song Gloria. Gloria. We had Darcy, Darcy. Everybody doing it in the audience, which was really fun.
And that kind of goes to show that you're nothing without your fans.
No, exactly.
It's a Harley Josh.
I would literally be a puddle on the floor without my fans. I really would be, in more ways than one. But yeah,
I feel I've peaked on my joke front.
No, I think you're on the rise, my friend. They're getting better and better. No, so we had finished that show, and then
So what day was this?
This was Sunday. This is yesterday. And then ended up driving back to Woodbridge and played at the Warwick to finish off the weekend. And that was it was another one that was a slow burner. First set, like I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting there going so tired after driving 300 miles and being on stage for 6 hours. I was just like, why am I here? When the crowd aren't clapping after something, they're looking at you as if to say, why aren't you playing this specific song? Blah 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 blah. I'm sitting there going, I'm ready to pack down and go, and I hadn't even finished the first set. But they've had us back time and time again at the Warwick, and every single time the crowd gets into it.
Yeah,
it's probably because there's a bar. But there's
sensing a pattern.
There's sensing a pattern, exactly. Well, music and alcohol. Is there a pattern? But yeah, so the thing is, by the end of it, I'd had a lovely time. And Mr. Ben Goebel made a guest appearance, came around because he now lives near the Warwick. Turned up with a saxophone and had a jam with us.
Wow, that's
which was so fun. So fun. That was a really nice way to finish it off. So last night, I'd been on stage 8 hours. Yeah, over 300 miles driven. Had a beer, passed out.
Yeah.
And you're the first person I've seen since. I wouldn't have wanted any other way, my friend.
Oh, we were discussing before we recorded, like, say, when you're tired and just a single beer just takes you out.
Oh God, yeah.
That's why I after the jam last night, I got my girlfriend to come pick me up because I was like, I want to have a drink with the jam, but I don't want to have just the one drink because that might affect me more. And I didn't want to, like, usually I can have a pint and I can drive home, that's fine. But knowing how tired I was, knowing how tired I was going to be.
So you have a pint at the beginning of the set, nothing else. By the end of you finish the gig, you have nothing in you at all. Like,
you
don't have any alcohol because you've sweated it all out.
But I knew that, being more tired, it could affect me more. So I thought I'd get my lovely girlfriend to come pick me up.
Smart.
Who got a flat tire on the way to picking me up. It took us an hour and a half to change said tire because the
wrench was broken. I know, we're talking about us being car nuts. And
yeah. And it was about 1:30 before we even got home.
Bless. Oh my goodness. But yeah, girlfriends, they're keeping us alive, I swear.
Yeah.
Literally all I got was a text from Frankie, my lady, just saying, people are appreciating what you're doing when you're working hard. Keep going. I was like, thank you.
That means so much, though, doesn't
really
it?
Does.
It's so much. Just for someone to go, what you're doing is bringing joy to somebody.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one person's life, it's bringing joy to people and providing the entertainment for anything.
So if you're listening to this and you're a musician and you feel underappreciated, people are appreciating you. They just don't know how to express it sometimes.
Yeah,
even if you're getting clapped at the end of it,
the applause is an appreciation, but just the nodding of a head or a tapping of a feet. Is someone going, this is something I'm into.
Yeah, and I'm going to remember this.
Yeah, and that can be enough to, like I say, get you through a gig that's, like I say, a slow starter that eventually leads to, people dancing on the dance floor and a great night that people will remember.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully more gigs down the line. Usually helps.
That too. Usually always helps.
But that was back to the drinking thing. That was the thing I had on Saturday. It was the first time in ages that I could literally finish the last song, and go off stage and not have to back down any gear, because we were staying over that night to do another gig the next day. So we're just like, there's no point. I need to not have the gear in the van because I need somewhere to sleep right now. So it was just that thing of, right, I'm going to go have a pint. And being a musician, you do not. So if you're gigging on the regular, you know that if you are drinking, then it's going to mess with your playing.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I mean, some people sit there and go, oh, it improves my playing, but that's an unhealthy habit.
That's
an unhealthy habit.
Validating your own.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going, oh, it's like, people sitting there going, oh, I'm a craft beer enthusiast. It's like, no, you're an alcoholic.
Yeah. Heineken's not a craft beer.
No, exactly. But no, so I'd had, was it 1 pint of IPA and I was wavy. I had another one and I was like, I'll go to bed.
That's it.
But by the time you've finished the gig and you have a pint, you're also very sapped of any energy, and anything you then put in your body is going to be completely broken down and just used for everything. So your entire body is getting drunk by the end of that.
That's it. I mean, like when I got here this morning, you offered me a coffee, and I've been living off coffee all weekend just to keep me going, and kind of trying to stay off it, just so then when I need it, I'll actually do something rather than just being reliant on the caffeine intake all the time.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I was the complete opposite this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I'd be, gigging quite a lot, then we'd be ending up, I just, caffeine I can't do because it fatigues my voice so quickly.
Does it affect you?
Yeah, it really does. It's another one of those things, just kind of like vocal zones. It gives you the illusion of you are fixed. Yeah. So then you push. So the vocal zone will sort of soothe your vocal cords, so you won't be in pain. So you'll push the voice when you're singing. It's more of a remedy afterwards rather than something you do before you sing.
Right.
I would recommend that to people anyway. And caffeine, it's not stopping you from being tired. It's just making you think you're not tired. So you'll push yourself harder. So yeah, you may get through the gig, but you'll crash right after. Exactly. So I've just been on water all weekend apart from those 2 beers. So then when I did have a beer, it's like, okay, off we go. So now today I've been coffee after coffee after coffee. I'm loving it.
Bring yourself back up.
Off we go.
Nice.
But yeah, anyway, what are you going on this? What's good? That concludes my section of what I did, and I'm not dead. Yay. What's going on with you this weekend, man?
Right, so I have a 3-gig weekend, which is quite nice. Friday, as already mentioned, Oddball and the Shifty twins are playing at Trimley Sports and Social Club. Nice. It's our first gig there. Sort of rocky stuff. Nice. It's looking forward to playing with Dan again. So yeah, that's my Friday. My Saturday, I am playing a wedding with the Mementos. So again, if you want to come along, find out the bridesmaid, marry or date the bridesmaid. Don't marry them because it's
such a
too
sinister thing to do.
It's
so sinister.
I know, but eventually someone.
So I only wanted you for Oddball and the Shifty twins.
Yeah. Well,
wait, what was that? What band are you in on Saturday?
Sorry, the Mementos.
Mementos.
It's a really interesting one, actually.
They're a band worth getting hitched up for.
It's a really weird gig because we're only doing one set, and the couple have booked 2 bands to play this wedding, and we've got Jade Peters doing a set before us.
Oh wow!
Then we do a set, and then
wow, they've got a good wedding. Where is this again?
I've no idea.
What's the venue?
I can't remember.
Oh, sorry, I was there. That's what I was there. They've got a great lineup then for a wedding.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really looking forward to it because Jay Goodrich on bass, a good friend of mine.
Nice.
Very rarely get to see him play. He rehearses in the shop downstairs quite a lot, or he does sessions with one of his students, and it's great to hear him play, but it would be good to see him with a proper rehearsed unit that sort of go out and play some great music. So it'd be good to kind of be able to watch a band and play a gig all in one day. So,
yeah, that's cool. That rarely happens, right?
Yeah. Shall I say what I'm doing? We've already
go on.
Shall I tell you what we're doing Sunday, or shall I do that as part of your bit?
Well,
we're doing a gig together.
Yay! We get to share a stage, not just 2 microphones.
Is that the first time since we started the radio show?
Yeah, it is, because the last time was at the just Suffolk show, wasn't it? So that would have been in June. Bowie. Right at the beginning. Right at the beginning, June, Bowie. So yeah, so this Thursday, which is today. No, it's not. It's in the future. Great Scott, Marty!
If you're
Great
listening
Scott,
to
Harley!
if you're listening to this after Thursday, then well, you missed it. So,
Yeah. Well, so tonight, if you're listening in, the Black Swan, which we're doing, stuff like Sepultura, Pantera, Rage Against the Machine, Deftones, Slayer, Megadeth. If you're up into that kind of thing, it's at the Swan.
I'm gonna try and make it along to that straight after.
That'll be really fun.
Straight after teaching.
That's Thursday 31st. And the poster is Rick and Morty themed because
I did see that.
I got a little bit. I went black metal Rick and Morty. I thought because that's got to be a thing. So
Is
yeah,
that like Rick and Morty.
Rick and Mortis.
That really hurt.
Yeah, you have to be careful. You got to do it properly, man.
Concludes that section of what we're doing this week. What we doing next week? What's going on?
Yeah. So then the day after is the exciting show that I've been talking about for months now, which is a month and a bit with us. But it's the 1st of September show with the Baskervilles, Carousel, and Blue Kubricks. That's this Friday. That'll be tomorrow, Marty. Look in the future, Marty. So yeah, that's going to be incredible. I cannot wait for that because in the end, it's just been it's the combination of so much work on everybody's
You've been
part.
working hard for this.
Exactly, and there's EP releases from the Baskervilles and hopefully some song releases from Carousel. Blue Kubricks are doing a special acoustic set. So yeah, it's gonna be a special one. I can't wait. Then what else I got? So I'm doing weddings this weekend as well. I got Matt Folks. Remember Matt Folks from Sleeper Cell and Omni Slash bass player? Yeah, and he is now in Dirty Pop. Oh, what is that? I think it's Dirty Pop. I'll remember this, but they're a great 80s tribute band. And,
Bad Pop.
Bad Pop? No, that's the one that's playing with Superglue.
Okay. I saw that poster.
Yeah.
Yes, next to your poster.
Cool.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm playing for his wedding and big friends with him for ages. If anybody else is listening that has known my musical history, Ashley Paul, who was my drummer for Stratospire. And was a drummer for Omni Slash as well, is coming down. He's been in Australia, so I can't wait to maybe have a jam with him.
Nice.
And then on Sunday, first before I see you, because I've got a 5-show weekend. We've got playing Art on the Prom in Felixstowe.
Sweet, nice.
So the Spa Gardens are if anybody's in Felixstowe, that's from about 11 till about 1. Murray and I will be down there doing some busking. They've sanctioned us. we are. I mean, not sectioned. We are licensed.
Not yet.
But anyway, we will soon. You have visited me in my home today.
Yes.
So yeah, we actually can have a specific place where they want us to busk, and then we're in Bilderston for Be Natural Festival.
And that's with me.
Yay! And we are actually finishing off the festival at 4:00.
Sweet.
That's going to be really nice.
It's a really cool festival.
I've not actually been.
I think last year was the first year I haven't played it in quite a few years.
Mm-hmm.
With various different bands, sort of here and there. I think I played it the first year. I played it with Space Rocks.
Nice.
The following year, I played it with Lucy Sampson. But that's also where I met the band Mars Harley.
Hey.
And sort of we kind of met. They had a little jam,
Funnily
and they said, "Do you want to come up on stage with us now?" And I was like,
Great.
"All right." To which is where I met Adam Walden.
Hey, no way.
First time we met was on stage at Be Natural Festival. And they went, "We're going to the studio in 2 weeks. Do you want to come with us and do a studio recording?" I went, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that was my...
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Harley Street now, it's not a thing. Okay, so that none of that floats your boat as listen to us play. There are other things going on. There's a drum clinic with Isaac Ajala this Saturday. That is at 4:00 at Bethel Church. If you are interested in drums, I can think of no more charismatic person to get you interested in drums. He's a lovely bloke as Isaac.
Yeah.
Then also that evening is Gaffer Tape Sandy, Thick as Thieves, who I've just been listening to their EP, which is their new one, which is great.
Nice.
And James Morgan. I don't know. It sounds like it should be Irish. The Steamboat Tavern, which is going to be that's not a lineup that I would have expected, to be honest.
No.
That's quite a nice matchup. That surprises me almost as much as that show. What was it? It was Gaffer Tape Sandy, Hot Tramp, and Druids a little while back.
Yeah.
At the Three Wise Monkeys. I was gigging. I was like, oh my god! For people that are passionate about their scene, that is a festival headlining set, you know. That's all in one night. That's crazy. I just got to remember what that Thick as Thieves EP's called. 8 hours. That's a good EP.
Nice.
Oh, just quickly, what else I've been listening to today? New Queens of Stone Age album
Oh, I have not heard that.
called
It's a very
Villains.
Squeaky something.
It's my seat. It's my butt. I got squeaky butt,
You got a
squeaky
squeaky
butt,
butt.
squeaky butt. Yeah, and the New Queens of the Stone Age album is just incredible. It's just one of those. I won't go into it.
I might have to steal your Wi-Fi and listen to it on the way
Yes,
to my,
mate. Well, you know, you can listen to it on my laptop. Anyway,
Nice.
unimportant. Anything that you want to give a shout out to happening this weekend?
Let's have a look, because I did have a thing.
You had a whole thing.
on my Facebook invite list. I've got Get Carter playing at Dexter's, also on the 1st of September.
Oh, cool, yeah.
The Occupants live at North Street Tavern in Sudbury.
All right, yeah, so happy boy.
And that's kind of all I've got,
Yeah,
apart
cool.
from... it's ACM's Freshers Week next week. I don't know why I've been
All right,
to
that's
that.
great. You're going to go down to...
Yeah,
I've completely forgotten where it is now.
it's Guildford, isn't it?
Guildford,
Yeah,
there
let's go
we
to Guildford.
go.
Apparently there's one in London now as well.
Yeah.
I will just quickly check, see if there are any gigs from Miss Clare Free. Oh, yes.
Nice.
So we'll cut that little bit out there. Shall we?
No,
it-
we're not cutting any of this
Make
out,
it
Harley.
streamline it.
Oh.
Clare Free, who did some incredible playing with us
Oh,
last.
she was at the Blues Jam.
She was at Blues
Oh,
Jam.
I missed her.
I say last night, all the way of Sunday ago, which was 4 or 5 days. Although for us it's only yesterday.
Oh, great.
Um,
yeah.
So therefore now it's tomorrow. Claire will be playing at the Angel Inn in Wangford in Suffolk.
That's I mean, no, everybody go to that gig, but Wangford is a great name.
Literally, because that's right next to where Latitude is.
That's it.
But we always used to
Why is it
drive-
Wangford? I mean, because Ford is like a bridge, right? So you
Bridge.
see where I'm going here?
Yeah, it's
You got a little Wang Bridge.
Dick Bridge.
No, that's Dickleborough. That's
Ah.
Dickleburg.
Wait,
That's
is
on
it,
the
is a Ford a
A140.
bridge?
What?
Yeah, no, it's a bridge, is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, fjord. I guess.
Oh, a
pretty-
fjord. Ah.
You know what I mean, it's not really a bridge, but it's like
Or is it a stream?
it's kind of like a bridge over a stream.
Ah.
Semantics.
Semantics.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Claire's playing. What date is that
So
again?
that's the 1st of September,
1st of September,
at the Angel Inn at High Street in
Nice. That's Friday.
Wangford.
Yeah. So if you're not into if you're not in Ipswich and you don't want to listen to some rock, which is going to be the Smokehouse show on the 1st of September.
Yeah.
Then go see Clare. That'll be really fun.
Certainly. Or Oddball and Shifty Twins. There's a lot going on this Friday, isn't
Right?
Bearing in mind, it's kind of, I guess it's a weird time because bank holidays are always busy for musicians, and it's why we've been doing so much this weekend.
And I would have thought that more pubs and venues like the weekend afterwards would be like, oh, cracky, slow down, that we've just outlaid a lot of money.
Yeah, and a
But
lot.
maybe it's the backlash. It's
And it
just
does.
they've earned a lot of money.
Yeah,
So they're just like, all right, we need to get this out the next weekend, spend it and then make some more money.
there is always a dip sort of September time, and which is why you and I are both going on holiday sort of towards the end of September.
Yes.
Not together.
Well, I don't know.
We might bump into each other.
I've told you I'm going a specific place. I'll probably end up just
Just following
hiding
me.
in your van.
Just hiding. I'm not going in the van. Hiding in my luggage.
That's it. Luggage.
Yeah. No. But say for us sort of muso-y types, we tend to take our holidays sort of September time, which is kind of nice for us because it means they're a little bit cheaper. 'cause
Unless you're a
it's-
music teacher, because that's when all the kids go back to school.
Yeah, if you're a music teacher, then you can't really win. You're
Yeah.
just losing either way.
No, if you're a performer during the summer and you're a teacher during the winter,
Nah,
yeah,
out of luck.
you get no time. You get
Yeah.
no time. Awesome. Is that everything you need, my friend?
I think that's everything we have set to say and needed
Yeah.
to say. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Apart from wubba dubba dub dub. Okay, bye. Well, let's wrap it up then, shall we, my friend?
I think probably should. Yeah.
Thanks everybody for listening. Yeah,
If you have any requests, any shows you want to let us know, email harleyandjoshshow@gmail.com
or we can tweet at Harley C.
or at Lockerbillies.
Yeah, or you can go on Instagram and follow at Harley_C. Is that right?
I have no idea on my
It's
Instagram
definitely is Harley.
Or Facebook. I do Facebook. I don't do Instagram.
There we go.
So facebook.com/Harley Cotton Musician.
If you'd like to listen to us live, that's Monday 2 till 3 on IO Radio. We'll be back to normal schedule this Monday, seeing as it's not back holiday.
Or listen back on
The bankers will
SoundCloud.com.
be back from
Yeah, bankers
Being
are back in
pirates
tomorrow,
and
so there's
Penzance, yeah. Crazy pirate bankers.
or
pirates.
you can listen back to the podcast at soundcloud.com/Harley and Josh Show, which is probably what you're doing on now, because that's the only platform that this is currently available on.
You're blowing my mind with your paradigms. Right, take it easy, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, bye.
Yeah, love you, boy.
It's the Harley and Josh Show on iRadio.